Today, we celebrate the International Day of Conscience. I would therefore begin by wishing you, all my brothers and sisters out there in the world, a very happy and productive International Day of Conscience. I would also like to congratulate my good friend, Dr. Hong Tao-che, and members of the Federation of World Peace and Love, FOPAL, for dedicating their lives to the promotion of love and peace in the world through the ringing of the bell of peace, cultural exchanges, and now through the promotion of the human conscience, which is referred to in the preamble as well as Article 1 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and which Dr. Hong has aptly described as the compass of life, the wellspring of wisdom, the foundation of social solidarity, and a power that can save the world. To many, conscience is referred to as the tiny, gentle voice embedded in every human heart by the very same mighty and the loving hands that created the wonderfully awesome universe and all bodies and matter within it, held together in the most beautifully orderly and awesome manner. As a partner and supporter of FOPAL's great efforts in this global mission, the Republic of Kiribati is happy to join this celebration together with other partner countries, in particular the Kingdom of Bahrain, which had provided good leadership in the intergovernmental negotiations in New York 2 years ago that led to the United Nations Declaration of April 5th as the International Day of Conscience. Today, we are reminded that the world can and should be a much better place if only we commit ourselves individually and collectively to listen faithfully to the guidance and directions of that same tiny, gentle voice that the sun, the moon, the heavenly bodies, the atoms and molecules that make up the universe have faithfully and unfailingly followed since the beginning of time. I believe many of the human sufferings we see today are the result of the failures and neglects of other people to follow the dictates of their conscience, especially those in powerful positions whose decisions can impact on the health, well-being, and lives of tens, hundreds, thousands, millions, or billions of people. A father or mother that fails to take heed of the guidance of his or her conscience would naturally end up with a family or home lacking in the love, peace, and happiness needed for a sound and positive development of children and youth in preparation for a peaceful, happy, and meaningful adult life. A president or prime minister who faithfully follows his or her conscience in the decisions he or she makes about his or her country has a better chance of transforming his or her country into a peaceful, prosperous, and happy nation than one who ignores the inner gentle voice of his or her own conscience and listens more to other loud noises of self-interest, greed, hatred, and anger. I believe the same applies for all leadership positions in every human organization, large or small, traditional or modern, local or global. Even at the individual and personal level, a person who tries to hear and follow the gentle voice of his or her heart has a good chance of being filled with abundant peace, joy, and happiness, which he or she can share out to help lighten the path of those who have lost their way in life. I believe our home planet, Earth, and the human family are faced with many serious problems, and these will continue to worsen, no matter how many laws, institutions, and agendas are launched, established, and mobilized at the local, national, regional, and international levels aimed at reversing such worrying trends. As long as people continue to turn away from their conscience and listen more to the louder voices that go against conscience, we will continue to live in a world troubled by continuing and increasing wars, conflicts, hunger, poverty, climate change, pandemics, terrorism, racism, extremism, and human trafficking, to name a few. to save the planet and humanity from this future catastrophe and to get things back on the right path, we need not a one-time revolution, a revolution that does not the creation of a few international body or convention, nor the invention of a new will, nor the organization of 1 million people rallying in the capital cities of the world, but one that must be done quietly and continuously within the pulsating heart of every human being. All we need is simply to turn back to the beautiful, loving, and caring voice of creation embedded in our hearts by the mighty and loving hand that makes us humans. Let us recommit ourselves today to be more truthful and loyal to our conscience. Let it be the guiding star of our thoughts, words, actions, and decisions in our everyday lives. Then and only then can we find true and lasting peace and happiness in our individual lives, our families, cultures, communities, nations, and the world at large. I wish you all the happiness on this International Day of Conscience. Thank you. Oh, this world that God made is a place for love and care. So do not hate, but be kind. Everybody needs your love and care. And when somebody frowns at you, he's teaching you a lesson. And when somebody push you around, he's testing your love and care. And when somebody talks to you, it shows he needs you too. Because you're brothers and sisters and children of the same one God, the Father who loves you and him. Oh, the people that God made is a temple for love and care. So do not hate, but be kind. Everybody needs your love and care. And there are so many brothers and sisters around who would fulfill your intentions. No matter what they may look like, your Father loves them too. The love and care that they'll give you will make you happy too. Because they are brothers and your sisters and the children of the same one God, the Father who loves you and them. Oh, this world that God made is a place for love and care. So do not hate, but be kind. Everybody needs your love and care. Everybody needs your love and care, yeah, yeah. Everybody needs your love and care.